This is an audio-only episode. It is thought by some that no average Germans rebelled against the reign of Hitler and his Nazis, and for the most part, this is true. There are some, however, who did rebel, including our current saint, Nikolaus Groß, a German resistance fighter and labor union leader during the Third Reich, and these people really should be better known. Groß was born in 1898, and he grew up to become a coal miner like his father. After work, he attended night classes, and when he was 22, he could give up his mining job to become youth secretary at the Christian Mine Workers Trade Union in Oberhausen. 3 years later, he was his trade union secretary in various German cities. Then in 1927, he was made editor of the Catholic Worker Movement newspaper. This was around the same time the Nazis were beginning to make a big splash nationally in Germany, and Groß's newspaper was hugely critical of Hitler's movement. During this time, he married a woman named Elizabeth Koch, and together they had 7 children whom he loved very much. Indeed, it was his love for his family that impelled him to want to make German society better. He also recognized that the best way to make society better is to make ourselves saints. In 1943, he wrote, "The majority of great attainments come into being through the daily performance of one's duties in the little things of everyday routine. Our special love here is always for the poor and the sick." All was well until 1933, which is when the Nazis came to power and Adolf Hitler was officially made dictator. Groß struggled on until 1938 when the Nazis closed his newspaper. As a result, he took a job as director of the Catholic Workers Movement in Dusseldorf. This put him in a position to communicate with various leaders in the resistance movement. On August 12, 1944, with less than a year left in the war, the Nazis had Groß arrested in connection with the July 20 assassination attempt on Hitler. He had no part in the planning or execution of the attack, but he knew about it, and that was enough. Shortly before the assassination attempt, a priest remonstrated to him, saying, "Mr. Groß, remember that you have 7 children. I have no family for which I am responsible. It's a matter of your life." To which Groß made this statement in answer: "If we do not risk our life today, how do we then want one day to justify ourselves before God and our people?" Groß was sentenced to death on January 15, 1945, and was hung on January 23rd at Plötzensee prison, the same place where other saints such as Blessed Franz Jägerstatter and Blessed Jacob Gap, about whom I write in my first book, 39 New Saints You Should Know, lost their lives. Nikolaus Groß teaches us that when faced with tyranny or even mere injustice, silence and inaction are not options. The price we pay may be high, but when we picture ourselves before God, what other choice do we have? Thanks for listening. Please do subscribe and share. And also, please help to support this channel by becoming a partner with me at Patreon. See the link below. You may also want to check out my books on the saints, for which you should also see below.